We didn't come over for advice.
All I'm doing is pointing out that it might be wiser to wait for a few years. Wait until your marriage is on really solid ground before you commit yourself. Now, it's not easy being a parent, especially when the child isn't your own.
You're righto, you've had your say.
I'm sorry, Rob. I didn't mean to
Look, I knew exactly what you meant. We didn't come here for a lecture on how to be good parents. It's pretty funny when you think about it, coming from you.
Don't think that was necessary.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
Dead right, you shouldn't.
We're still picking your father up on the way through?
Yes.
We'd better get going then. As I said, the land is yours to do whatever you like with.
G'day, sis.
How are you both?
Good, good. Well, might as well make a move in, eh?
Fine.
I wonder, she's got the cheek to show her face here. I assume that is her.
Victor. Hello, Beryl. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Muriel. You?
Can't complain. I'll clear the field for you.
Hello, Beryl.
Had the chance to see you, Patricia.
Really?
May I have a word with you?
Oh, what did you want to talk to me about?
Well, I was wondering if you were going to make it to the special board meeting to appoint the new managing director.
Why? Are you hoping to have them all to yourself? How are you, David?
Good. You?
Oh, I'm good. How's the arm?
Oh, improving every day.
Don't worry, I'll be there. Hello, Beryl.
Hello, Patricia.
Shall we go in?
Come on, Mum.
She's certainly a fine-looking woman.
Oh, really, Victor?
Glad you can make it, Mum.
I just wanted to say how very sorry we were to hear about Hal's death. It was an awful thing to happen. Yes, it was. I do hope you're coping. We were very worried about you.
I think I'll manage.
Actually, I know there's something David wants to discuss with you. It could make quite a difference to your independence. He'll probably find time to have a chat to you during the party. Shall we go?
Yeah. How come Fiona's going with Rob and Angela?
No idea.
I think it's dreadful.
What now?
Oh, David, and Beryl, and her.
You were saying how attractive she is earlier.
Well, that doesn't make her any less a homewrecker.
Could be quite an awkward afternoon. Just don't make it any worse. Bye, Beryl.
Take it easy.
Sorry.
You filled them up enough.
Yeah, it's extra rum I put in. Can't wait to see Miss Hardy's face when she tastes it.
What are you two up to?
Now, don't worry, we're not punch drunk yet.
Oh, do you mind? Just as long as you don't spill it. Here.
Ah.
We'll be over as soon as I've freshened up. It would have been easier for Kevin to make it next door.
Didn't want Victor to see too much, I'd reckon.
I gathered that Beryl's flying back to Sydney tonight.
So Susie said.
Won't give you much time to talk to her about selling the house.
But it's not something I can hit her with without any warning.
I just thought it'd be a good opportunity.
I don't know. Today's been a bit of a strain on her already. On all of us. I won't say anything until it looks like she's relaxed a bit. It's pretty awkward at the church, and I can't see it's going to be any better next door.
Oh, dear. I think I might have said too much.
What?
I mentioned to Beryl at the church that you had something important you wanted to talk to her about.
Did you have to?
I'm sorry. I just thought that you would use today as an opportunity to sort it out with her. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I'll try and pick the right time.
Good. It's best to have it out.
What happened to Rob and Angela?
Oh, I'll tell you later. It's too complicated at the moment.
Sit down.
Is it going to take that long?
No, it shouldn't. Beryl, let me say first, if you don't like the idea I'm going to suggest, all you have to do is say so and I'll forget all about it.
Depends on what it is.
Yeah, sure.
We can't be too long. It'll look rude in front of the Hardys.
I've been thinking about the idea of selling the house. Give the kids half the proceeds to give them a chance to start in something small, and you the other half to allow you to help you.
Is that all this place means to you? Do you really want to forget everything to do with us?
Of course not. But I didn't think you cared either. I mean, moving to a new town, a job.
Oh, I suppose if you've got no use for it, it could be the answer. No doubt you're thinking of moving somewhere else soon. I know Patricia would want you to move in with her.
Beryl, too many people are taking for granted things have gone further with Pat, and they really have.
You can't blame them, can you? Fine. Sell the place if you want to. I suppose Patricia's pushing for a divorce as well. Not surprising. Well, I don't know why you're wasting time then. Why not sell the place? Go through with the divorce. Get it all over and done with as soon as possible. In fact, come to think of it, why don't you just give it to Lynn, Kevin? Because if you did sell, I wouldn't touch a cent of it anyway.
I think I have a right to know why you were avoiding me.
It's between Beryl and me.
Oh, charming. Suddenly that doesn't affect me, right?
Pat, you've got what you wanted. Now, Beryl's agreed to let me get rid of the house, and she suggested a divorce.
At least she's being reasonable.
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Why are you taking it out on me?
I'm not ruddy well taking it out on you. And it's like I said, you've got what you wanted, but that's it.
But there's nothing else I want. I don't see what you're getting at.
Look in there. You're pushing the job thing again.
I simply mentioned it, not in front of anybody. Why are you so angry?
Look, you were pushing, Pat. Yesterday you got Rope John in to talk to me. Then today Beryl is forcing the house thing. Don't try to take over, because I'm telling you now, you won't.
I just made some fresh coffee. You look like you could do with some.
I can sure do with something.
Better have it black.
Oh.
Beryl get away all right?
Yeah, I suppose so. She never turned up again at the party.
You look like you had a few too many.
Don't know how I shaved this morning.
A few battle scars. You're in a bad way. I'm not charging.
Thanks.
This'll help you back.
Oh, thanks.
Lucky you don't have to go to work.
Yeah, well, I don't know which is worse. Work or too much time to think.
About the divorce?
Yeah. Never had one in my family before.
I can't see your father going for it, unless he's changed.
That'll be the day.
Take your shoes off and relax.
I wouldn't. Yesterday's socks.
It sounds to me like you're ready for lesson number one. Your father might have frightened your family out of it, but the rest of the world got used to divorce a long time ago.
Doesn't mean to say I have to like it.
No, you don't have to stop changing your socks. You don't have to drink yourself to sleep either.
Yeah, one night's not going to kill me. Look, I came over to say we should maybe not see each other for a few days. Well, I mean, I'm in Sydney tomorrow. First trip back on the road. And after last night, I thought it'd be a good idea. We've got to get used to each other, Pat. And if we do it too fast, just get on each other's wick, like last night.
I think you're overreacting. I had things planned. I want to be with you. Look, I'm not pressuring David. Believe it or not, I actually listened last night. I can fit into your way of life. I know I can. But I just need a chance. All right? I expected to see Kevin propped up at the table surrounded by books.
He's down at the library doing some photocopying. Nelson lent him some notes he missed.
His exams must be closed.
A bit over a week.
Well, perhaps we shouldn't bother him with all of this. I've been talking to David about a solicitor that I know.
The house.
These legal things can be a bit funny sometimes. David wants the transfer of the house to go as smoothly as possible.
Well, there's no rush, is there?
No. Sometimes property matters can get a bit heated during a divorce. It'd be nice to have the house all sorted out beforehand.
Kevin's got some pretty strong ideas about it. He doesn't really want anything done till after the divorce is all finished.
I'm not knocking Kevin, but I don't think he realizes how long these legal things can take. It'd be a mistake to hold off.
I'll just have to take your word for it, I guess.
Well, I'm sure once David explains the situation to him fully, he'll come round.
We'll have a chat soon.
Are you going somewhere?
Yeah, I've got to go down to the depot for a while. Patricia's thinking of going shopping. Thought you might like to join her.
I'd enjoy the company.
Oh, I'd love to. Well, what about when you get home? Your lunch?
I'll be longer than that. I've got to sort out everything for tomorrow's trip.
Wouldn't you rather have David at home than driving... All right, not another word.
I better not keep Bates waiting.
Try and keep tonight free.
What for?
Surprise. It'll be a nice, quiet evening.
I hope so. That's what I'll feel like. See him?
He's a bit seedy today. He got pretty drunk last night.
I think having Beryl here has been a bit of a strain. Not always easy to do the right thing.
Hi. You're home early?
Got a headache. End up coming down with something.
Why don't you get Rosie to fix you up with a hot lemon drink?
I'm going to.
Anyone mention me not being at work today?
A few breaks of cheering. Not much else.
And last but not least, some curtain material for in here.
Do you like it?
You two have really been busy, haven't you?
Us three. Davy came too. He didn't cry once.
Beaut. Really brighten the place up.
I'm a bit worried about what Kevin's going to think. Well, you know how he is about the place.
No, don't start worrying again. I've spent the whole time trying to convince her that there's nothing to be worried about.
Mate.
Where's Ben?
Now, what's going on?
We didn't forget you.
It's a shirt and a matching tie.
What do I need those for?
Dad, they're a gift.
I've got shirts in the wardrobe I've never used.
Think how nice they'll look with the pants and jacket that Angela bought you.
When am I going to need a tie?
Tonight, for a start. I told you, it's a surprise.
I think we'll put this stuff away. You give me a hand, Susie.
Yeah, sure. You're going to make a fuss about a shirt and tie, are you? As bad as Gordon.
Oh, thanks.
Come on. I've asked Richard Coleman to join us at my house for dinner tonight.
Who's he?
Melbourne manager of Ramberg's. Good contact.
I don't need any contacts. I'm back on the road. Hey, look, Pat, I said I don't need any company tonight.
It's a little late to cancel now.
Well, you're just going to have to.
David!
Look, Bates has made a last-minute change. I can leave at 8 o'clock and drive overnight. Now, I wouldn't be able to come even if I wanted to.
Oh, I see. This sort of thing happen often?
Yeah, I've had enough.
Well, at least with the other job, we didn't have to put up with this sort of thing.
Well, maybe I should have stuck to my guns this morning. Look, I'll see you when I get back from Sydney. A few days' break will do us both good.
You are going to have me so that I am too frightened to express an opinion. For God's sake, David, it's give and take, remember?
Yeah, well. Look, I think we'll have another argument if we keep going. How about we talk about it in a few days?
All right. Are you going to see Beryl when you're in Sydney?
Yeah, what's the use? After yesterday.
I'll make your apologies. You will ring me from Sydney, won't you?
Yeah.
I love you.
Oh, hi.
I'm not interrupting anything.
Oh, of course not. Come in.
Thought you might like to have a look at some colours to go with the new curtains.
Oh, maybe later when Kevin's gone to the library.
Redecoration's still a sore point, is it?
Oh, he'll come round. I don't want to upset him, though. I do know how he feels.
Right.
Lynn, David's ready for a change.
I changed him 10 minutes ago. I'm sure he waits till a fresh nappy.
You're talking to yourself. That's the first sign of...
Hello, Kevin.
I didn't hear you arrive.
Ah, snuck in.
Yeah. What are those for?
Kevin, please.
Look, I told you I don't want the place changed around.
It's my fault. I thought Lynn might like to see some colours to go with the new curtains.
I don't like them either.
Oh, don't be so rude. Oh, I'm sorry.
What are you apologising for? Look, everybody's making a big deal about this place being ours. So I'm saying it stays the way it is. And we don't need you trying to make it look like Mum never existed.
I didn't intend to. I'm sorry you've misunderstood. If David calls, will you tell him I won't be home till about 6 o'clock?
I can't see he will.
Did he get away all right, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, good. If he does call, would you tell him, please?
Sure.
Special delivery. Lynn asked me to drop the photos of the christening off to you. Aren't you going to ask me in?
Hello?
It's me, Beryl. Looks like I'm stuck here.
Brisbane stuff didn't arrive.
Nah, there's been some big mess up. The truck won't be going back for a few days, and they're flying me back in the morning.
You're going in style, eh, Dove?
Right. Oh, not to worry. Looks like I'd have to go out and look for a motel room for the night.
I suppose you will.
Yeah, I was thinking I feel a bit tired to go and look for it straight away, you know.
Well, it has been a big day. You can come here and relax if you like. Fiona was saying she was sorry she missed you. It seems a bit rude coming up and not seeing her.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it does. Okay if I come round then?
Of course. How long will you be?
Oh, about an hour.
I'll have the kettle on.
Goodbye, I'll see you.
Bye.
They were selling them cheap at one of those roadside places.
They're lovely. Thank you. Come in.
Trust me to get a tough first-up run. They roped me into doing a short trip across town as soon as I walked into the depot. 5 blokes have overflew.
I'll put these in water. Sit down. I've made some scones.
Beryl. Come back to me, love.
More coffee, love?
Thanks. Do you reckon you'll be able to put up with my ugly face in the mornings?
Just. There's a lot to talk about, David. I think we should.
Who wants to spoil last night?
Nothing could spoil last night, no matter what we talked about.
The toast. I'll get it. Oh. Haven't changed.
You're a walking disaster.
Hey.
What about Patricia? Well, are you going to call her?
Oh, I owe her a bit more than that.
You don't owe her anything.
I could tell it was never going to work out, but I only make things worse if I don't explain it face to face.
What happened? I mean, you were thinking of moving in with her.
I was lonely. And she was trying to make a go of it. Oh, I could see what was happening. I mean, she was trying to run my life. Anyway, you're the only person I've loved, you know. Really loved.
Hal and I couldn't have made a go of it either. The night before I'd already told him it was no good.
I suppose we better let the kids know.
Why don't we just show up? Make the day.
Yeah, I reckon it would. And it would mean no one would let the cat out of the bag until I've seen Pat. She became pretty thick with Angela and Lynn over the last few weeks. Spent a fair bit of time at the house.
I had an overnight visitor. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, mind! Oh, you dopey... you dopey bear. I just don't know what to say. Oh, you snuck in when my back was turned, huh?
Well, you gave me plenty of time. I mean, I reckon you must have come in about 2, I reckon.
Oh, was it that late?
Oh, well, we could hear you clattering around from our room.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I guess I was a little bit shaky on the legs, but no hangover could spoil the sight of you two this morning. Oh, can you just see the kids' faces when they find out?
No, David.
Help yourself.
Oh, thanks. Gave us a call yesterday, Arvo. There was some mess up with his trip back.
Do you know if you saw Beryl?
Not for long, though.
Yeah. Lynn did her best. Gave him the photos of the christening to drop in.
Oh, what did he say about it?
Oh, just said he'd given them to her.
You never know. You might have seen her last night.
Yeah, nice thought, but not going to get my hopes up.
Getting the last feel of the sand between your toes.
I feel about 10 years younger today.
Oh, you don't look it. No, I'm really pleased you two are back together. I always knew you would be.
I'm glad you did. I couldn't be happy now, though. You won for being back home.
Like you never left.
Not exactly. I don't think I'll ever be quite the same. Well, I've seen a different side of life, I think.
Being on your own.
It seems to have given me something I haven't had before. A little bit of self-confidence, I guess. Knowing I can make it on my own.
It's a good feeling.
It's too good to give up altogether.
How do you think David's going to take that?
I don't know. He'll just have to learn to get used to living with the new me.
I'm glad he thought to contact someone. Did Kevin mention where he stayed last night?
No, probably stayed in a motel. Kevin and Lynn were kind of hoping he'd have time to talk to Beryl, but it seems he didn't.
Well, probably be back sometime today.
Yeah. Mother, I've got a bit of a problem.
Actually, I'm glad you dropped in, darling. I had rather an upsetting phone call earlier from Richard Coleman, the Melbourne manager of Ramberg. He's just arrived in Sydney to replace Hal temporarily.
Yeah?
Of all people, Gordon has thrown his hat into the ring.
Daddy?
Can you believe it? Well, he's only doing it to annoy me, of course. He knows how awkward it would be for me with him around the place.
Well, it shouldn't bother you. He's up to the job, isn't he?
Well, that's hardly the point, darling. It's not just me. Can you imagine how unbearable he'd make life for David and John if he got in?
Daddy's not like that.
Look how he's treated me lately.
I know he's been pretty hard on you, but he's never been vindictive.
He'd do anything to get at me, especially through David.
Have to wait and see, won't we?
Sorry, darling. It's not really your problem, is it? Maybe David and I should go away for a few days. Have a short holiday. Seemed to do you and Rob the world of good.
Oh, actually, that's what I wanted to
But
talk
I am
about.
not going to give Gordon the satisfaction of knowing that I'm worried. Besides, I think his past business record will count well and truly against him.
Maybe.
Come on, Curly.
Bye-bye,
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh.
You take care.
I'll try. Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Surely will. Come on, Curly.
Up to the kids. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good flight. Toodaloo. Bye.
Alton residence.
Ah, Rosie. Nice to see he hasn't pensioned you off yet.
What do you want?
If it's all right with you, I'd like to speak to Gordon.
Patricia, want me to hang up?
I'll take it. What can I do for you, Patricia?
I've just heard about your new position, at least the one you're hoping for.
I'm not really interested in discussing it.
Neither am I. Just thought I'd let you know where I stand.
I want the job, Patricia. And I think I stand a good chance of getting it, with or without your support.
With your record of total failure, if you're still a candidate tomorrow, I'll make sure everybody knows just how really incompetent you are.
Life's too short for that sort of carry-on. I've got Paul and Fiona's support. I'll manage.
I doubt it. See you tomorrow.
Oh, hi.
Am I still welcome?
Of course you are. Come
Thanks.
in.
Oh, I just had to get out of my place for a while. The renovations have reached that really noisy stage.
Must mean they're nearly finished.
Oh, leave it on if you like. I don't mind.
Oh, it's all right. I wasn't really watching it anyway.
Do you mind if I smoke?
No, I'll get you an ashtray.
Thanks. Thank you.
Would you like some tea or coffee or anything?
No, nothing, thanks. Any more news from David?
No, I thought he'd be home by now.
How's little Davy?
Fine. Fast asleep for a change.
And the curtains, that's what I really came to see you about.
Kevin's still not happy about them. I thought I might just leave things how they are.
Oh, don't be silly. He'll probably change his mind once he sees them up. You're still happy with the material we chose, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you stick to your guns then. Men are all the same. It's not hard to get your own way once you know how. Come on, I'll give you a hand to finish them.
I suppose you're right. I'll get the machine. I'll get it.
G'day, love.
Mum. Oh, that's great. Oh, it's so good to have you home. Oh, it's good to be home, Mum. Oh, come in. I wish I had some champagne or something. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, what's going on?
Well, we thought we'd put you two in the picture on our way home.
We decided we could put up with each other's bad habits again.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I'm really happy to be home.
Oh, it's good to be back.
This isn't even home.
Oh, I'll probably do cartwheels when I get there.
I'll put the kettle up.
Oh, do you think Patricia will be at home?
Oh, I don't know. Probably. She's got the Cavenders there today. You know how she hates to leave them to themselves.
Oh, good. Best if I get over there now. Save anyone else having to tell her about Beryl and me.
We talked it over on the plane. It's what David feels he has to do, so...
Well, it's probably the best thing. I imagine she will be pretty upset.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Your study go okay?
What's all that for?
All finished. Want to see them up?
You know damn well I don't.
Well, it won't hurt, honey, just to see what they look like.
It doesn't matter how nice they look, the old ones stay.
Kevin, don't you think you're being just a little neurotic about all of this? Lynn wants to make a few minor changes so she feels less like a guest in her own home.
It's okay,
Look,
really.
it isn't your house, so why don't you just butt out?
I don't think that tone is going to help matters.
Stiff.
Kevin.
Look, I'm sorry, but I should have said it ages ago. There's no way you're going to take over Mum's place. I don't care what Dad does, but none of us are going to forget about her. The sooner you get that into your head, the better.
Patricia's here. That's her car. Maybe we shouldn't stay. Let Dad see her first.
I did that once before, remember? Back open?
Yes.
Good. Get the cases.
I'll carry them.
No, you go on home, love. I'll handle this on my own.
Oh, you are becoming a very boring young man. Your father and I are in love. Now, you take me on and you're going to be the loser.
Just buzz off, will you?
You know, I wouldn't like to see you alienated from your father again. But if you're not going to be reasonable, I shall make damn sure that happens.
Dad's not going to swallow any more of your damn lies.
Oh, you're hardly the person to be throwing around accusations of lying. Remember promising that you would make an effort to get along with me now that Beryl's gone for good? Some effort.
I didn't promise anything. I said I'd give it a go. Look, I can't hack you, and that's that.
Oh, perfect timing. We'll see what your father has to say.
David's at your place, waiting to talk to you. I'd appreciate it if you'd get out of my house.
Oh, I don't see why I should. I'm here as Lynn's guest. The last thing we heard, David said that you had told him the kids could have the house.
Well, there's been a bit of a change since then. We've sorted things out. I'm back. For good.
You mean it, Mum?
Yes, love. Your dad came to see me last night. We both realized what a mistake we were making.
He's at my house, is he?
Waiting to talk to you. Things are going to get back to normal. For a start, these can go back up.
I'm sorry.
Didn't mean to make things awkward for you, Lynn. I was just trying to help out.
We won't be needing your help anymore.
We'll see about that. I have to hear it from David yet.
No matter what you say, he won't change his mind.
I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Get out of my house.
The trouble is, we can't get to this room from underneath. The bluestone foundations go right along.
David?
In here, Pat. Oh, well, what about from this wall?
Same again. G'day, Mrs. Hamilton. We've got problems. They sure did a good job when they built these old places.
Too good a job, I'd say.
Right, sure. Come and have a look. I'll show you.
Would you mind if we did it later? I've got something very important to discuss with Mr. Palmer.
Sure. Give us a call when you're ready.
Thanks to you, I have just had one of the most embarrassing experiences of my life. I was around helping Lynn when Beryl arrived.
Oh, what happened?
She threw me out.
I'm sorry, Pat. I didn't mean it to happen like that.
That's nice to know. What were you going to do, right? Why, David? When you went to Sydney, we were getting along so well. We were making it work.
You always knew if there was a chance that Beryl and I could get back together again, I'd take it. Still love her, Pat. I'm sorry.
What about us? I've given up everything for you. And this is the second time you've walked out on me. Why?
You knew how I felt. Oh, okay, we were giving it a go. But you knew Beryl always came first. Anyway, if we're honest with each other, it wouldn't have worked out between us.
It would. It was working.
Once, maybe, but not anymore. We're too different. Too set in our own ways.
I was trying, David.
I'm sorry, Pat.
I promise you I can change. I know I can. You can't go back to Beryl after all that she's put you through. She's neurotic, David. She can't make you happy.
Pat.
I know that we can be a family. You, me, John and Angela.
You're not even listening, Pat. I called on Beryl when I was up there because I couldn't stop thinking about her. Even when I was with you. I'm sorry.
At least you could give us a chance.
I made up my mind. I only came around here to tell you face to face, that's all.
David, please.
I'll call you later. When you've had time to think about it. Sorry. It was hard, Angie. I knew she'd be upset, but I didn't think she'd take it that bad.
Should I go round?
Well, someone should.
Okay.
I am doing the right thing.
Of course. You and Beryl should be together. And once Mother gets over the initial shock, she'll understand. Probably even be happy for you. Can you run me over?
Sure.
I'll just grab a jacket.
Is Mrs. Bartlett there? It's Patricia Hamilton speaking.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Hamilton. She's in Surfers, having a week's holiday.
Oh. Do you know where she's staying?
She didn't say. She wanted to get right away from things. Sorry I can't help you.
That's all right. Thank you very much.
Mrs. Hamilton, would you like to come and have a look at the problem?
No. Just get on with it, will you? It's what I pay you for.
We need your advice.
Will you just go?
Yes, Mrs. Hamilton.
How'd it go? It's all right, the kids are next door.
It wasn't easy. Pat's taken it pretty hard.
Yes, well, she wasn't too happy when she left here.
Well, so I gathered. It has been tough on her, Beryl. Now, that's the second time I've done it to her.
You sound as though you're sorry.
No, I'm not. I just don't like seeing her upset. Not like that.
You still feel something for her, don't you?
I can't help feeling sorry for her.
David, you're going to have to decide once and for all whether it really is over. I'm not going to say it's her or me, but I do want to know where I stand. We've got no hope with Patricia always in the background.
Gotta be like that, love. This is where I want to be, here with you. Doesn't mean I'm still not worried about Pat.
Would you like a cup of coffee?
No, thanks.
Sure.
I said no, didn't I? I'm sorry. Thank you for coming over, but I'd just rather be on my own at the moment.
Sure you don't want to talk about it? Okay. Well, I'll see you tomorrow then. You will be all right.
Hey. G'day.
How you going?
I can believe it when you called that. It's the best news I've had in ages. Welcome home, Mum.
Thanks, love.
Oh. Well, I brought something to celebrate. You know, when I got transferred down here, this is what I hoped would happen. Whole family back together. You don't know how happy I am.
Yeah, we're pretty happy ourselves, aren't we?
What about Kevin Lynn?
What do you think?
There is one thing. One of the reasons I've asked you over. Patricia's taken it pretty badly.
Yeah, well, when we've knocked this off, I'll get over there.
It wouldn't be a good idea. Angie's with her, and the last thing she'd want is a heap of people around her.
It'll only be me.
Yeah, I'll let it go till later. It'll be better.
Okay. Anyway, don't want to miss out on the big welcome home dinner.
Don't expect anything too fancy. I haven't had time to draw breath.
Yeah, well, you should have left rearranging the cupboards till tomorrow.
I'd like things stacked in my kitchen the way I like them.
Anyway, hope you can still find the champagne glasses.
I thought you'd gone to work.
I didn't want to leave till I saw you. You were asleep when I got in last night.
I took some sleeping pills. They knocked me out pretty quickly.
How are you feeling?
Vile. Sleeping pills and whiskey don't really mix very well.
Well, having a cigarette on an empty stomach's not going to help either.
Eh.
Thought you would have been up ages ago. To be in Sydney, the board meeting.
Oh, that. I'd forgotten all about it. I couldn't care less who they made managing director.
Would you like me to stay with you today?
No.
Well, I could easily work at home.
I'd rather you didn't.
Well, then let me make you breakfast.
John, I'd just like to be on my own, okay?
Okay.
See you tonight.
Why bother?
What?
With Gail. You and she supposedly going together. Anyone can see it's a joke.
I can't dump her. People have been doing that to her all her life.
Oh, if that's the way you feel, fine. But don't go being nice to her 1 minute and then brushing her off the next. Oh, she might be only 17, but she does have feelings like anyone else. If you are going to play the Good Samaritan, do it properly.
Mother, it might help if you talk about it.
I don't want to.
I think you've had enough.
I would like to have another drink.
No, you don't. By the look of you, you've done nothing else all day. You haven't even bothered to get dressed.
I don't understand.
Try me.
If the man that you had given up everything for just suddenly walked out on you, would you bother getting dressed? I mean, would you bother? I love David. I wanted him. I've always wanted him. I thought I had him when we were together at Woombye. I went back to her. I was determined she wasn't going to have him, frowsy little housewife. I was going to get him back. Went down to Melbourne a few times, just happened to bump into him. Made sure Gordon kicked me out so that I could be down there with him. Oh, darling, I'm rambling. I think you're right. I've had a bit too much to drink.
You lied to me. You let me think Daddy was responsible.
He was. Darling, just look at him and Barbara Armstrong. You have no idea the way he treated me. Angela, I'm upset. I didn't mean that the way it sounded.
How could you do that to Daddy? He loved you.
Well, I love David. Oh, you must understand that. You've been in the same situation yourself. Angela, understand. Please, please, you've got to understand.
I can't understand that, Mother. Not doing that to Daddy. You must have known how much it had hurt him.
Oh, please. Angie!
What's going on?
I'll tell you later.
John, you won't leave me, will you? Please don't leave me, too.
Love is very strange.
Wow, before that happened, she seemed to be crying real crocodiles, but Angela managed to hit home. Now, don't start feeling sorry for her. She's the same Pat the Rat who stopped David getting to Curly when she was miscarrying, and she's the same Pat the Rat who vultured after James Shepherd's money. And she's just called Beryl a frowsy little housewife. What does frowsy mean? Frumpy and lousy? No, Bungle's the real hero today. Thank goodness she's back. Baby Davy got to have his crib in the front room and even got to be picked up by somebody. And what a hero to come home and rearrange the kitchen cupboards. An example to all women, I think. Now, if you could ask David Palmer anything, what would it be? I'm hoping Tom Richards himself will come in for a chat when he's over next month, so do let me know. And when they have that party for the board next week, finally, I'll play you Lindsay Nancy's stuff. Do you think Gail was really crying about Paul's attitude, or about his kimono? What a shocker.